If you're a cheapskate, look away now.
Oh no, wait!
This is the most expensive extreme sports on the planet. The number one on this list is bungee jumping. Now, I've actually done bungee jumping once in my life. It was very scary, but it was good. So the price of doing a bungee jump often depends on like the location. If you're doing it somewhere beautiful with some amazing scenery, it's gonna cost you more than if you did it off some disused telephone tower. Well, this looks safe, doesn't it? You can see the bridge ricketing in the camera. This is what annoys me, right? These guys work here, they do this every day. This lad, this is the first time he's ever launched himself off a crane. Oh, forgive me that I feel a little bit nervous. And they're all like, where do you want to stand there? It's this bit, right? It's the coming up. Falling down is at least a slightly natural feeling, but pinging up in the air just feels unlike anything else you've ever done in your life, and it doesn't feel very good. Oh, it's between his bloody legs. Oh, Jesus! How did he not see that coming? Oh, look at that, he's in agony. He's gone there thinking he's gonna do something exciting and crazy and fun. Instant regret. The next on this list is called helicopter skiing. Heli skiing is basically where the chopper will take you to this like really remote location, meaning that you can do these harder, crazier routes that otherwise you can't do. So obviously when you go and do this, you'll probably split the bill with someone else. Still, you're looking at about $800 to maybe $1.2 thousand. How do you land on that? Oh my God. Helicopter. That is some precision flying. This is like me on GTA. No way, look how close the propellers are coming to the snow. If that touches the snow, I'm gonna guess that isn't a good thing. This is like extreme helicopter flying more than it is skiing. No way they're gonna ski down that. Before we go any further, I want to give a massive shout out to Vikraman for sponsoring today's video. Vikraman is the ultimate nutritional ramen noodle pack. These things are delicious, they're really easy to make, and I eat them constantly. I do notice there is a tendency in the extreme sports world to kind of overlook nutrition. It kind of sounds a bit boring, it's a little bit complicated, and that's why Vikraman is perfect. Chuck this in a pan, 3 minutes with some boiling hot water. You can add some extras if you want, and then it's done and you have a super delicious and very healthy meal. This pack in particular contains 26 grams of complete protein and 27 micronutrients. I love being able to support them because they're a small business, they pay their staff really well, and they're providing an easy solution to healthy food. So be sure to check the links in the description, and to get 10% off, use the code JimmyTheGiantUK. Anyway, back to the video. That is nuts! Oh my God! That's incredible! Oh my days, man. Look at that, it's like a vertical bloody mountain. Skiing is just another level of extreme, man. Next up is river rafting. So rafting is an activity that's over time become more of an extreme sport because of the difficulties of the routes that people take. You know, like they'll have waterfalls and whirlpools, so it's got harder over time, people just trying to see what they can raft over. And due to the fact that you need extremely good equipment with high safety standards, it will cost you about $1.4 thousand to own the equipment. But you know, us normies can have a go as well because you can rent the equipment for about $200. Oh no, they're going. Are they going? They're flipping. No! All of them. What do you do in that situation? How do you get the boat back over? God, yes, sir. He's on the rock climbing technique there. He's put his middle fingers in. Now what? That is a face for someone who's had enough. I said I wanted to go bowling. Why am I hanging onto a boat for dear life? He's like, hey! Now they gotta get back on the damn thing. This boy with the camera is like Tom Cruise.
It's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry.
He's like the lead character in this. Look at this guy on the right. Everyone else is upright. He's like, oh, f this. Right, so next up on this list is sky surfing. Now, I did touch on this in a video where I talked about like sports that didn't take off. But I never actually realized how expensive sky surfing is. So this was invented by Dominique Jacquet and Jean-Pascal Auron back in 1986. Basically, these guys were skydivers and wanted to add a twist to their sessions. But anyway, when it comes to the price of the equipment alone, we're looking at about $6,000. And then about $200 to $400 to do the jump. I remember I saw an X Games. Yeah, it was in X Games 95.
And with only a few points behind even Eric Fredette.
How do they judge this, man? Is it like a dance? Wow. Okay, that's insane. They were really clutching at like extreme supporters. They were like, what else can we do? I just don't know how it can cost so much. It's just a board, surely. Is it worth $6,000? I don't know. I wouldn't pay it. Next up on this list is scuba diving through underwater caves. Going for a little scuba dive in an underwater cave might sound really awesome, but it's actually really dangerous due to the possibility of decompression, which can lead to sickness and even drowning. So you need a lot of professional training before you attempt it. There's travel costs, and then the equipment itself costs $9,000.
The longest submerged cave in the world.
This reminds me a lot of like David Attenborough filmmakers. Like they go to these crazy places and they're kind of doing an extreme sport in themselves, but just to get video footage for David Attenborough. Look at all this equipment just to get some people to go through a cave. Like this is nuts. Look at that. It's like going to war. I don't like that your knowledge of where you are, like the way back home, is a small piece of rope wrapped around a rock underwater. If I paid $9,000, I'm expecting a little bit better. You guys couldn't afford a GPS.
You can only use 1/3 of your air to get into the cave.
I don't know if I'd ever do this, man. I think I'd get really claustrophobic. Just like the idea that I couldn't just go up to the top of the surface of water and feel calm. Once you're in, you're kind of in. That actually looks just incredible. But yeah, that's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So you can see why they, you know, if you have the money and the bravery, why not, man? Go do it. So this last one on the list is the most expensive extreme sport on the planet, and that is high altitude mountain climbing. At an altitude of 2,100 meters above sea level, the human body has difficulties adapting. And when you're over 8,000 meters above sea level, you reach what's called the death zone, where the human body can't acclimatize. And for some people, the idea of exploring some of the most extreme parts of the world is super attractive. But all the special equipment, about $15,000. Oxygen canisters, $30,000. Gear hauling services, so you know, like people to just bring up the equipment, $10,000, and the guides alone can be about $30,000 to $40,000. So all in, you're looking at about $100,000 or more for the privilege of seeing the world's highest peaks. This is just not my cup of tea. You couldn't pay me $100,000 to do this. Look at that! Goodness sake, lad. I'm all in favour of this, but some of the stuff that humans do, it's such a mixed skill. It's like endurance, mental strength. You've actually got to be physically good at climbing and hiking. It takes a very elite type of person to do this sort of thing. Oh my God. Oh, that's nuts. At least he's got a rope on. You can't fault the view though. Imagine looking at that. Not for me, gonna stick with the rollerblades. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and check out this video.